Hello.
Sarah's got to go to work, but she's going to go in later so she could say goodbye to us.
Yes, I had to stay and have breakfast.
Yes, even though I don't eat breakfast when I travel. Well, I don't like breakfast anyhow, so until it's like lunchtime.
Mixed fruit for the road.
I didn't eat all the fruit. I ate a good portion of it.
We bought a lot of fruit for Sandy.
Yes.
And she didn't eat it all, which is now we have to eat it all.
All right. Well,
which is not the worst thing in the world.
It won't last.
they'll get rid of it. Okay.
Bye.
A little upshot here because
I'm
she's
still
still
in
in
my
her pajamas.
And I said, and I didn't brush my hair yet.
But it looks nice.
Yeah, bedhead.
The apple, look at Birdie.
Travel apple's ready to
A
go
travel
home.
apple is ready.
It jumped onto my suitcase because it said, "Don't forget me."
Don't forget me.
But, all righty.
Yeah, good. Okay.
It goes by too fast.
It does. I know. Always. Yeah, but we'll see you next month.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Maybe we'll be back in August when we'll just have our own little party for Dale when he retires.
Perfect.
We'll just do
Yeah,
that.
that's a good idea.
And then next time, if anybody's in Toronto, give me a little bit more notice, and we can make arrangements to meet.
Yeah, and that phone number that comes in from
Yeah,
586
586.
area code, that's you.
That's me. That's New Baltimore area code 586. So if I ever surprise anybody with a phone call, I'm not a telemarketer. Okay, my apple said, "Don't forget me." So it's sitting on my suitcase waiting. It's ready to go. Well, good morning. Today is Thursday, March. I was going to say March. It's May.
Starts with an M.
It starts with an M, yeah.
And an A.
And an A, that's right. But it's May 2nd. I did that in April. Did you notice that one time I said it was August?
Starts with an A.
It starts with an
You
A.
are old.
I am getting old.
It's almost May the
Hanging
4th
around
be
Birdie
with
too
you.
longer. Too much.
Yes, that's true.
Anyway, today is Thursday, May 2nd, and we're just getting ready to be heading on home. There's Birdie over there. She just finished her breakfast.
Hello, my friends.
And there's Lynn.
There's your hello again. Hello. Doing Birdie's hello.
So we're going to be going.
Okay, I'm giving them an early May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, may the 4th be with you. I saw a really cute shirt that I liked that said, "May the forest be with you." And it had all the little animals in the forest, but it was an ugly green.
It was an ugly color.
It was an ugly green. It was just, I couldn't even bring myself to
Yeah.
buy it, but it was cute. But Lynn did find me a whatever shirt, which I'll be wearing that. So, okay,
So you'll see it.
they'll see it. So say goodbye, Birdie. Say we got to get going.
Goodbye, we gotta get going. See me around the bananas?
When we stop for gas, we're in the middle of Canada. Well, not really in the middle of Canada. Okay, we're listening to the Phantom of the Opera, and we're on our way home. We're about 15 miles from the bridge.
Yep.
We can't wait to get home. It's always nice going someplace, but it's always nice being home.
It is.
But we had to get gas. We were trying to make it all the way back to the US of A, where the gas is cheaper.
So we just got a little bit of gas.
We just
in
got
case
enough to
we
get
got
us over the
stuck.
bridge, because Birdie said she didn't want to be in the middle of the bridge stuck,
No, I did not.
running out of gas.
No, I did not.
Up the curb, down the curb. Here's lunch. We have a Panera half a turkey avocado sandwich and a 10 vegetable soup, 47 tomato, and
Chicken salad.
chicken salad. Well, does this place look familiar? Oh my gosh, I feel so comfortable. I was very comfortable at my cousin's house, but it's just like they said in The Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. I've told this story before. One time when we were just bought a new house, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I was so sick, and we'd only been in our new house about a week, maybe two. And I woke Jim up and I said, "I want to go home. I don't feel good. I want to go home." He says, "We are home." And I go, "No, this is our new house. This isn't our new home yet." That's how I feel. I just want to be home. But I had such a good time, and Birdie and I, we made really good time traveling both there and back. We came across the bridge with no issues. The only problem we had was when we had to pay the toll. The car ahead of us couldn't pay the toll. For some reason, the machine wasn't working, so it was all backed up, and so it took us a little longer to get across. And then when she finally figured it out, we got across. I make a point of making sure I have exact change in the Canadian coin when I'm coming back from Canada, so it has no problem accepting it, and I go breezing through. So anyway, And I stayed on track. I got a blue dot every single day I was on vacation. I know that seems like a big major accomplishment, but, and it is. I'm not saying it's not, because it is. But I don't eat a lot when I travel. I have bathroom issues, and so I'd like to know there's a bathroom close by, and eating different foods that I don't normally eat affect my digestive system, if you know what I mean. And I have to be near a bathroom, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But we made, like I said, we made good time. We stopped twice on the way home, and we got across the border pretty quickly. But there's so many things I would have liked to have had, but I didn't have. And that brings me to my shout out. I have a shout out, and I had to write your names down so I wouldn't forget. Ellie Moravik and Audrey Stelly, Stelle. Audrey, that's your last name. You knew that. I didn't have to tell you that. And Ellie Moravek, which I think is Ellie Moravik. That's how I'm pronouncing it anyway. She wanted me to talk about the Battle of the Bulge. It's just an ongoing thing. I've been battling this bulge since August of 2018. I did really well on Freestyle and Weight Watchers, whatever you want to call it, up until my birthday in September. And then for some reason, I had reached my 75-pound goal of, like my first goal was 75 pounds. And I got my award at Weight Watchers. I got that on September 1st. And steadily gained about 12 pounds since then. I'm back at it. I've been battling it for, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, like 7 months. See, I had to count on my fingers. The nuns would not let you count on your fingers, so you'd have to hide them down below, like this, and then you would count on your fingers. You still got hit with the ruler if they were coming behind you and you didn't hear them. Whack, you got hit. But you know what? I survived. I mean, no, you can't do that nowadays, obviously, but it's just, it was a different time. It really was. Sometimes I think it was a better time, if you want to be perfectly honest. I didn't have to worry about somebody coming into my school and shooting me. I didn't have to worry about the doors being locked so people couldn't come in anytime they wanted. I didn't have to worry about leaving the windows open. Schools nowadays, you can't open the windows in the schools. The schools are air conditioned, which is nice, but I don't know. That also reminds me of another story. It was when my kids were growing up, we never had air conditioning, and we always just figured out if it was hot, you just figured out a way to sleep, and you just slept. Whereas my sisters and my brother, they all had air conditioning. And so when we would go up to the cottage, we would rent one cottage, and we would all pile into this one cottage. And there would be 8 kids, and like 6 adults, 7 adults, my mother. It was like we were packed. And the one week we went, it was so hot. It was just so hot. And my family, me and my 3 kids, because Jim never went, he didn't like going to the cottage. We would go to bed at night, and we'd sleep the whole night through, and then we'd get up in the morning, we'd find out that nobody else slept because they were so hot. They were hot because they were used to having air conditioning. So why did I talk about that? Once again, it's a nice place to visit up here, but we wouldn't want to stay too long because we don't know what's going on up there. Because I started talking about the Battle of the Bulge, losing weight. And somehow I got onto that subject, and I'm lost. I'm completely lost. But I'm home. I'm home. But I do, hopefully, Jim and I are planning on going back in August. And so if anybody lives in Toronto, give me a little bit more notice, because unfortunately I couldn't get a hold of, I don't want to say her name because she sent me an email. She said that she's not subscribed to my channel, but she watches my channel. So I don't want to give out a name. But anyway, I was going to go see her, but then it just didn't work out. But you know what? I go back in August. I'm hoping to go in August, the end of August. That maybe we can hook up then. But, any-hooser. Still bugging me. Why did I get on to talk about how hot it was? Having the air conditioning. I don't know. It'll come back to me. At some point, it'll come back to me. And then I also wanted to, I'm going to put in the description box below a link to Dish with D, Denise. Her name is Denise. Her channel is Dish with D, and she did the perfect subscriber tag. She was tagged by Joan's Pointed Plate, And I watch Joan's Pointed Plate too. She has a lot of good recipes. Anyway, and she's also doing a collab video, and she's looking to see if anybody would be interested in joining her on it. So go to her Perfect Subscriber, watch a Perfect Subscriber video, and then ask her about joining in on her collab video. I'm sure, I hate to say for sure, but I'm pretty sure that her email address is in her description box. But if not, if you just leave a comment and tell her that you're interested, I'm sure they can figure out something. If not, my email address is in the description box. I will share her email if she doesn't mind. So Denise, if you're out there and you're listening to this, if you don't have a problem with me sharing your email address, let me know, because I just don't like to share things unless I know people like me to share it originally. Or not originally. You know what I mean. Do you really know what I mean? Does anybody really know what I mean? Because right about now, I don't even know what I mean. Anyhow, so I got to catch up on my videos. I got to catch up on my DVR. I got to basically catch up on my sleep because, not that I still got the same amount of hours of sleep, but it's just different. Well, Birdie, she hogs the bed. She hogs the bed. The first night she slept like a dead body. I told you that. The second night she was like a semi-conscious body. Oh, last night she was in full force. She had restless leg syndrome, and the whole side of my legs are all bruised because she kicked me the whole night long. The whole night long. I made fun of her this morning when we got up even about what a rough night we had. But anyway. It's lost me. I just like sharing stories, so I guess I just went off on a story, and that's just what happens when you watch my channel. I'm just sorry that I kind of got off. So anyway, I'm back. Staying on track. I know that was talking about staying on track, but I did stay on track the whole time on my vacation, so that was good. I don't anticipate a loss this week, I'll be honest with you. Even though I've been good all week this week, I was really bad. Really bad from Easter on. It's so bad that that's why I didn't weigh in on Saturday, because I knew there was going to be a gain. And I don't think I've lost enough to compensate for the gain, but I've lost enough to get me back on track. I've got my mindset right. Carrie over at Weight Watchers with Carrie and I are sharing our struggles for the day, which really we've not been having too many struggles this month. I've dedicated the month of May to my mother, so anytime I get a little bit tempted, I'm just going to think, what would your mom say? What would Junie say? Junie would say, Sandy, I'm so disappointed. You can do better. Okay, now I'm thinking that had something to do with my story, has something to do with the gain. Okay, I'm just going to forget about the story. I'm going to leave the story in, but I'm going to forget about figuring out why I went to that story. Anyway, I got to stop. I got to stop now. I'm getting loopy. Give the video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and you can share it. I'll let you. Well, that was too close. Is that too close? That's way too close. Well, the beauty of editing is now I figured out why I got on the rant about the air conditioning. It was because I was talking about air conditionings in the school. Oh, I'm going to sleep so much better now. Won't you know that? Won't you feel better knowing that I know now why I was like loopy? Well, I really don't know why I was loopy, but now I know why I got off on the side trail of the air conditioning. Whew.